This is Chris with Scale, and in this video, we're going to talk about subscription and user management. So in the first video, we took a look at this gear icon up here in the top, and when we clicked on it, there was only an account and a notification icon, but now we have subscriptions. This is an option that's available to any administrator of your PHENOM account. In here, it shows you the name of your account, the number of active subscriptions, the type of subscription, and your expiration date. For most users, this will have a date sometime in the next year. As for subscription types, generally there are two options. There's modeler and there's full, also known as PHENOM integrator. The modeler options don't provide you with the ability to generate the integration software, whereas the full or integrator version of PHENOM lets you generate all of the code that connects different services with one another. Now below here, this is our entire list of users. And notice that for any one of them, except myself, we can set them to enabled or disabled. This allows you to have multiple users in your project, even if some folks move to another project or another division, or they go off your project for a while, you can provide access to someone else. Now, as an administrator, you have the ability to help your users by changing their password, and you can also change the models that they currently have access to. So the models here are this user's particular models. In this case, other user is created with a default model called other user. If I click assign, this shows me all of the other users to whom I can assign permissions of that model to. Similarly, these are the other models that other user is using. For instance, the aircraft engine piston model that we looked at in an earlier video. Here, I can assign this, and we see what other permissions already exist on this model. Nick has write access, while PHENOM demo and other user both have admin privileges. Yet another user doesn't have any privileges yet. This user hadn't been created when we were assigning those privileges. So let's go ahead and give yet another user read-only permission. Finally, we can delete access to a model for a user. Note, we can't do this for all of the models, only certain ones. If the model gets deleted from a user and that's the only user that has access, well, then the model ends up being orphaned. So we'll have to make sure the model is assigned to another user and then it gets deleted, which is typically a valid use case. For instance, I can delete here. Yes. Okay, so at this point, PHENOM gives us a warning that tells us, hey, you might be impacting more than one model if you try to remove this model. So on second thought, I think I might go ahead and cancel that operation. Now, looking at the unit transforms and placeholders, I can't delete these. Well, these are special models provided by PHENOM, and they're basically read-only permission models. So you can't really get rid of those from your account. Well, let's go ahead and create a model that we might want to delete later. So go in and, well, let's share all units with other user. We'll give them read permission and hit save. Okay, returning to this on other user. We have all units, and let's try to delete it. You're attempting to permanently remove the model all units too. Are you sure? Yes. Here's our warning again. So we'll click confirm, but it won't let me do this. Well, why not? In this case, the model was only given read-only permission, or other user was only given read-only permission, so we can't override that capability and now delete this from PHENOM. So with the model being safe, we can cancel this operation, and that's just about it for user management. except for one thing. We can also create and delete users. So if I want to get rid of yet another user, I can come over here and I can click delete on the user. And we have a warning here that tells us that essentially its models and projects are going to become inaccessible, and we can delete that user. This will permanently remove that user from the system along with all of the content they've created. Like I stated earlier, you might just want to set a user to be disabled and click Save. Now, another thing you can do here is add a new user. Put a username here and a valid email address. If you don't put a valid email address, we won't be able to get you your initial credentials. Go ahead and set the user as active, and you can provide them with initial model content. I generally recommend picking your demo or your high-level model. Most accounts will have one, and it usually is reflected in the name of the project. And then you can click Add User. PHENOM will, at this time, create a new user account and load this into memory. So this operation takes somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Well, that's all for this video. In our next video, we're going to take a look at expert mode.